Welcome to the AstralX Deep Dive, Illuminating Your Path. I'm Lunaria Celine, your intuitive guide.
And I'm Solarian Zephyr, your Cosmic Strategist. We bridge celestial wisdom, unlock your modern path.
Discover guiding starlight insights, explore powerful cosmic energies.
How do planetary transits shape your story today?
That really is the big question, isn't it? And today, we're really honing in, crafting this deep dive specifically for you if you're navigating the world with a Sagittarius Sun and a Gemini Rising.
Exactly. We're digging into the source material's cosmic forecast for 2025, really mapping out your unique journey this coming year.
The source paints such a compelling picture, doesn't it? This combination, you're the cosmic cartographer, it's this amazing blend.
Sagittarian Centaur Archer meets the Gemini Twin Messengers.
Yeah, like a philosopher adventurer, always seeking those big, meaningful horizons.
But with that Gemini mind, like instantly translating those huge visions into words that connect, that travel, it's Quicksilver, really.
It really does capture that dynamic. Fire meets air. Vision meets communication. And the source material grounds your archetype in the myth of Chiron, the wounded healer.
Right, the centaur who bridges the heavens and the earth. So you become the Stardust Storyteller, mapping out infinite possibilities with, well, boundless curiosity and that Quicksilver tongue.
But maybe wounded, just a bit, by the challenge of bringing those two worlds together, the big vision and the immediate communication.
Exactly. But that wound, that tension, ultimately becomes a source of wisdom. It fuels the storytelling.
And looking at 2025, wow, there's some significant cosmic weather heading your way. Shaping the map, you could say.
Definitely. We should focus on the major planetary transits first. They feel like the big geographical features you'll be navigating this year.
Okay, where do we start? How about Saturn? Saturn's moving through Pisces.
Yes, and according to the source, for you specifically with Gemini Rising, this Saturn transit is actually opposing your Mercury, often seen through that ninth house lens for you, connecting philosophy to expression.
Oh, interesting. So Saturn, planet of discipline, structure, in your third house of communication, directly challenging your Gemini Mercury.
Precisely. The source calls this transit karmic gravity versus quantum fluidity. It's like this gravitational pull demanding structure and discipline in how you think, speak, learn.
So it puts pressure on that naturally expansive jump-around Gemini mind.
Yeah, exactly. Your Sagittarian side wants those grand, sweeping ideas, wants to explore everything.
And Saturn steps in and says, okay, hold on. How does this actually work? How do you ground this? What are the practical steps?
How do you turn that philosophical fire, as the source puts it, into tangible words or useful knowledge?
So it's not about stopping the big ideas, but giving them form, structure.
Precisely. The source actually poses a quantum question here. Can you ground your philosophical fire into tangible words and useful knowledge without crushing your innate curiosity?
That's the key, isn't it? Keeping the curiosity alive while building the structure.
And the source even mentions a physical feeling associated with this. Like you might literally feel pressure at the base of your skull or the top of your spine.
Like the energy is being grounded?
Yeah.
Physically?
Yeah, or maybe tension in the jaw if you're resisting that call for structure. It's a real somatic link to that mental recalibration.
Wow. That makes sense. The Gemini mind wants to leap, and Saturn's saying, let's build a solid bridge first.
Exactly. Now, while you're dealing with that Saturn grounding force, there's another major current shaping your connections. That's Neptune.
Ah, Neptune. Planet of dreams, illusions, but also ideals.
It's now in Aries, right? And hitting your 11th house.
That's right. The 11th house groups, friends, future aspirations. So Neptune, the planet of dissolution, enters fiery, initiating Aries in the house of community.
Okay, so what happens when boundary-blurring Neptune meets individualistic Aries in the collective zone?
Well, the source calls it a quantum superposition of purpose. Basically, Neptune dissolves the individual ego a bit within the group setting. It pushes you towards inspired collective action, maybe utopian ideals. That fits the Sagittarian quest for meaning, wanting to be part of something bigger than yourself?
Definitely. Neptune here really asks you to serve a purpose beyond just your own identity. Find a cause.
Neptune. There's always a but with Neptune, isn't there? The source must have a warning here.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
The big warning is about ideological mirages or, losing yourself completely in groupthink.
Getting swept away.
Exactly. Neptune can blur those lines beautifully, leading to amazing shared purpose, like truly inspired action. But it can also lead to confusion, getting caught up in something not aligned with your core truth, or falling for illusions that just don't hold water.
So discernment is key.
Totally. The somatic link mentioned is a tingling in the fingertips or solar plexus. You feel that group energy buzzing, but you need to be really clear about where your conviction lies.
Feeling the buzz but staying grounded in your own truth. That brings us nicely to another major activation, the nodes.
Yes. The North Node moving into Libra and the South Node in Aries. Big karmic focus shift.
And for you, this axis falls across your 7th house of partnerships, that's the Libra North Node, and your 1st house of self, the Aries South Node.
Right. The source calls this karmic balance in partnership. It's a strong push towards diplomacy, conscious collaboration in your relationships this year.
Okay, unpack that a bit. The 1st house is me, how I act, my identity.
And the 7th is we, your key relationships, how you partner up. The South Node, which is like our default setting or past habits, is in Aries in your 1st.
Meaning the default is go it alone, charge ahead impulsively.
Pretty much. That solo crusade tendency, which, let's face it, is natural for Sagittarius, and that Gemini rising adds to the quick, independent exploration vibe.
But the North Node in Libra in the 7th is pulling you the other way towards partnership, collaboration.
Conscious collaboration, yes.
Yeah.
And finding real balance.
Yeah.
Your Gemini rising charm makes connecting easy, sure, but your Sagittarian sun is looking for truth and fairness in those connections. Equity.
So the lesson is about actively seeking partnerships, business, love, whatever, that really mirror your quest for truth.
Oh.
Where you walk together.
Exactly. Not relationships where you're leading and they're just following or where you feel overridden. It's about finding that balance.
Yeah.
The source mentions a feeling of warmth or gentle pressure across the collarbones or heart center when that true connection or negotiation clicks, feeling that harmony.
Okay, Saturn grounding, Neptune dissolving into collective ideals, nodes demanding partnership. What else is big?
Now for what the source calls the year's significant gift. Maybe the cosmic tailwind.
Jupiter.
Jupiter. Your ruling planet as a Sagittarius. Where is it?
It's transiting through Gemini and conjuncting your rising sign.
Whoa. Okay, Jupiter expands whatever it touches. And it's right on my ascendant, how I appear, my immediate vibe. And it's in Gemini, which is my rising sign. Double dose.
Pretty much. Think massive amplification of your mercurial nature. Huge expansion in self-expression, learning, short trips, communication, connections, everything Gemini.
Wow. The source describes the mind this year as a superhighway. Yeah, a superhighway for ideas, opportunities, connections. Things just seem to flow. Doors open easily, especially around communication and learning.
That sounds like an amazing counterpoint to Saturn. Saturn says structure it, Jupiter says broadcast it.
It is a fascinating dynamic. The source definitely recommends leaning into this Jupiter energy. Teach something, write something, network like crazy, learn everything that catches your eye.
So it's really the year to get my voice out there, share the Sag wisdom with that Gemini flair.
Absolutely. Broadcast it. The somatic link is described as vibrant energy in the throat, hands, nervous system, that buzzing, alive feeling of ideas just flowing.
Okay, that's a lot to integrate. Grounding structure from Saturn, collective vision from Neptune, balanced partnership from the nodes, and this huge expressive boost from Jupiter.
It really is about weaving it all together. Big picture, small details, solo quest, collaborative journey, structured thought, extensive expression.
Beyond those really big players, the source also mentions a few other transits shaping specific areas.
It does. Briefly touches on Mars movement, for instance.
Right. Mars is action, drive. Where's it focusing its energy?
Well, it spends time in Cancer, which impacts your 4th house home, family, roots. So your drive turns inward for a bit, focusing on your sanctuary, maybe being protective of your emotional space or family.
Makes sense. Gut feelings become important then.
Exactly. The source links it to the sacral chakra and gut feelings guiding your actions at home.
And Pluto. That always feels significant.
Always. Pluto's doing its slow, deep work and spends time retrograde in Aquarius. For you, that's hitting your 10th house of career and public image.
Uh-oh. Deep transformation in career.
Potentially, yeah. Pluto brings death and rebirth. So it signals a potentially challenging but ultimately really powerful overhaul of how you're seen professionally. Shedding old skins, stepping into a new kind of authority.
Sounds intense. Is there a physical link?
Awareness in the shoulders and spine, apparently. Feeling the weight of responsibility, or maybe the release as old structures fall away from your public identity.
Okay. And one more. Venus retrograde?
Yes. Venus values, love, creativity goes retrograde in Leo, activating your 5th house. That's the house of creative expression, romance, joy.
So not a time for big new romantic starts, maybe.
Probably more about review. Refining your values around what truly brings you joy, what fuels your creativity, reconnecting with your inner child, perhaps. reigniting passion,
And the feeling.
heart chakra activation, opening up to authentic joy.
It's amazing how these transits touch every part of life. Mind, community, relationships, home, career, creativity.
It really paints a full picture. And to make it even more vivid, the source connects this archetype, the cosmic cartographer, to real-world examples.
Oh, like historical figures.
Yeah, think Walt Whitman. He was a Sag Sun Gemini Rising. His Leaves of Grass, that huge, sprawling Sagittarian vision containing multitudes.
But delivered with such incredible detail. Listing things, connecting things, that's the Gemini mind, right?
Exactly. Or Voltaire, the sharp wit, the philosophical depth, the social commentary, pure Gemini communication skills.
Used to champion truth and freedom, challenging dogma, that's the Sagittarius quest.
Totally. They both embody that words are arrows. Theme, the source mentions. For you, words have real power. They can travel, illuminate, challenge.
Are there more modern cultural examples?
The source suggests Forrest Gump, his epic run, that undirected Sagittarian quest for experience, but narrated with that simple, observant Gemini perspective.
I can see that.
Or Doctor Who. The ultimate Sagittarian wanderer through space and time, driven by Gemini curiosity, always needing companions. That Libra node partnership theme again.
That's a great one. It really brings the energy to life.
Even music Vance Joy's Riptide for the wandering Sag spirit. Paul Simon for the intricate Gemini storytelling. It helps you see how this energy lives.
So knowing all this, how do you actively work with these energies in 2025? The source gives practical tools, right?
Yes, interactive elements. It's not just about knowing the weather forecast. It's about having the right gear for the journey.
Like the pause and reflect prompts for that Saturn opposition.
Exactly. These are like scheduled check-ins, especially around February, June, and October, when Saturn-Mercury is exact. The prompts basically ask you to journal on things like, where do I need more discipline in my thinking or speaking?
Okay.
What big Sag vision needs grounding right now? What old belief needs restructuring? And crucially, how can my Gemini skills serve my deeper Sag truth this year? It forces that integration.
That sounds really useful. What about rituals?
There's a beautiful one tied to your sun sign, the full moon in Sagittarius ritual in June. It's called Igniting the Truth Arrow.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
It's timed for the Sag full moon peak. You light a candle, hold a feather or something arrow-like, visualize drawing that Sagittarian fire and truth into your solar plexus, then exhale that energy into the object, stating your intention. I aim my truth with clarity and purpose. My words carry wisdom far. Then you write down one truth you commit to embodying. It's about aligning your intent.
Powerful. And there was something about grounding all that Gemini mental energy, especially with Jupiter there too.
Yes, the Centaur's Stride embodiment exercise. Simple, but effective for daily practice. It integrates vision and detail.
How does it work?
You just walk briskly, embodying Sagittarian movement. With your right footstep, focus on a big picture Sag goal. With your left footstep, focus on a specific, practical Gemini step towards that goal.
Oh, alternating focus with each step.
Yeah, for 5–10 minutes. It literally helps you walk your map into being, connecting the vision to the practicalities.
These tools seem vital for navigating what sounds like a complex year, which leads us to the potential outcomes. The source mentions different timelines.
It does. 3 potential paths, really, depending on how you engage with these transits. The first is called the Sovereign Pathfinder.
Okay, sounds like the ideal route.
It is. This is where you integrate everything successfully. You use Jupiter's gift to expand your voice, share wisdom dynamically.
And you meet Saturn's challenge, structuring your ideas into something tangible, like a book or a course.
Exactly. Impactful work. Neptune inspires meaningful community action, and your relationships, guided by the Libra node, become truly collaborative, amplifying your quest for truth together.
And the outcome?
You're recognized as a wise communicator, an inspiring teacher, successful projects, fulfilling partnerships based on truth, the archetype fully realized.
Okay, what's the second potential path?
That's the scattered trickster.
Uh-oh, doesn't sound good.
It's the shadow side.
Yeah.
Jupiter's expansion becomes distraction, superficial chatter, energy scattered everywhere. Saturn's opposition isn't met, leading to frustration, blocks, cynicism.
In relationships.
The Aries South Node dominates impulsive, self-centered actions, damage connections instead of building them. Neptune leads to confusion or chasing illusions, just lost.
So wasted potential, feeling unreliable, connections fractured, shooting arrows blindly.
Precisely. But then there's a third, often unexpected path. The Quantum Pioneer.
Quantum Pioneer. What triggers this one?
Often a profound crisis, maybe linked to that Pluto transit in the 10th house career, public identity, a kind of forced death and rebirth experience. It might shatter the Gemini mask, dim the Sag fire for a while.
That sounds really tough. Is there an upside?
Yes, if you surrender to the process. You use Saturn's discipline to rebuild your message from the ground up, with deep integrity. You forge truly authentic partnerships based on that Libra node wisdom.
So the crisis becomes fuel.
Exactly. Jupiter's gift then amplifies this newly forged, deeply authentic voice. The outcome is a radical reinvention. You emerge as a guide who's navigated chaos. Your experiences become embodied philosophy.
Wow, those 3 timelines really put the choices into perspective. It makes the 2025 mandate from the source feel very direct.
It is. The core message is crystal clear. Aim your restless Gemini mind with the focused intent of your Sagittarian fire.
Use the duality as a strength.
Yes. Let Jupiter amplify your voice's reach. Let Saturn give it weight and structure. Let Neptune connect your truth to a larger cause. Let the nodes deepen wisdom through partnership.
The visionary and the translator working together.
That's the key. And the final mandate from the source really sums it up. Speak not just to inform, but to ignite.
Your words are stardust seeking fertile ground. Map wisely. Speak truly.
A powerful call to action for your 2025 journey.
As our cosmic journey concludes,
Dive deeper into your unique path.
request your email audio reading now.
Find the link in the description below.
Explore episode resources and links.
All details are waiting for you there.
Ignite. Think. Become.
Subscribe for Starlight Insights. Thank you for joining us.